Hey guys, it's Maddie here again for another video. Today you're watching Only Maddie Equestrian. Today I'm giving you a Q&A about Cheetos. So my last two videos, if you haven't seen those, I am leasing a horse called Cheeto and I'm going to be answering some of your questions about him today. So I'm just going to get right into it and I hope you enjoy. So the first question is, how old Cheeto? Cheeto is 10 years old. What is the highest Cheeto has jumped with me? 65 centimeters, so not very high. He hasn't had any jumping experience before he came to where he is, so yeah, he's really new to all of the jumping. What tack do you use on him, martingale, or any extra tack that others might not use? So any extra tack I do use a martingale or rings, whatever you want to call it. Other than that, I just use normal bridle saddle girth. How many hands high? Cheeto is 13 hands, so he's quite tiny. Yeah. The next questions are favorite color on him. Well, since I only have one color saddle pad, I have two saddle pads, but it's like the same color. Turquoise, but I do like turquoise on him, so I guess I'll say that until I find a better color. Plans for him, so the plans are for, while I'm leasing him, to start competing at cross rails and 65 centimeters. So that's just the goal at the moment, and just overall improve flat work and his basic education and just stuff like that, just really basic stuff. And yeah, hopefully competing him will go well and move up to 70 centimeters in the future. Favorite treat, smoochies, photo. Favorite thing about Cheeto is he's really smart. Like, he learns things quite easily, so it's really fun to like do new stuff with him because he's very honest and he'll sort of just do anything. Goals once again to just compete him around cross rail 60 and hopefully 70 in the future, and just improve jumping and flat work and get him really consistent. Favorite and least favorite thing about him. So the favorite thing is that he's really smart, and probably my least favorite thing is how inconsistent he is. Like, sometimes he's really fast and hard to control, and then other times I can't get him moving at all, so he's super inconsistent. And our ride, it sort of changes every day, so that's something that's a bit annoying. And also how small he is. I wish he was bigger. How many times do you ride him a week? So around 5 or 6 times a week. I ride every day after school. Sometimes not Fridays, and then Saturdays and Sundays he gets a day off. Age, height, and what did he do before you started leasing him? So he's 10 years old, he's 13 hands, and before I started leasing him he was a trail horse for someone else, so he hasn't had any arena or flat work education or jumping or anything like that. So basically starting from scratch in that sense of things. Obviously he's 10 years old, so he has been ridden for a while, but yeah, so that's all the questions that I have, but obviously there's more to know about him, so I'm just gonna go over the questions that I didn't get, like things that I like to share. And yeah, so he's a gelding, obviously. I think a lot of you know that. He's a chestnut. Jumping wise, I really want to get confident jumping him higher, and also combinations or doubles. He, with me, is not very good at them. He, like, a lot of the time he'll refuse the second part or go off to the side like away from the second part of it, so I really need to improve that. Also, something I haven't mentioned, well, I don't think I've mentioned, he is only a temporary lease horse. I'm getting a different lease horse. Her name is Beyonce. She is an off-the-track thoroughbred, but until she comes, I'm leasing Cheeto, so which is a good sort of before Beyonce horse. Now I'm going to talk a bit more about some like more specific goals, riding goals that are a lot more specific. So flat work wise, goals are to be like consistent, work on collection because he doesn't really know what that is, so teach collection and softness more is probably a better word, and more bending and just stuff like that. Work on different shapes, different speeds. Like I want to do a lot of canter work because our canter is just terrible. It's never good, so I want to make that good. I just want to do well with all gaits because yeah. Also work more on stretchiness and just being soft into the contact and just stuff like that. And then jumping wise, combinations, I said that before, combinations I want to work on. Slowing down before and after jumps is very honest, but there's a heap to work on with jumping, obviously because he's very new to it. Work on different grids and different exercises, just overall just slowing down and making jumping better and easier, and then working back that speed back up again once we've like got more of the basics and the confidence to actually do it, and then work up heights once we're doing better with that, and like sharp turns and all of that stuff that's useful doing show jumping. Yeah, so those are some more specific goals that I have, just jumping and flat work wise. Also like trails and stuff, just having fun. I really want to take it slow when we come out of lockdown, so that our first comp is somewhat successful. I'm not expecting to, win or anything, but I would like to get through the course without any refusals and make the combinations nice and just a bit nicer and slower, and have him listening a bit more than he usually is when we're jumping. So that's just what I want to achieve, and obviously it will get better with time and patience and all of that, and the more we work on it the better it will be. So I just want to take it chill, not put too much pressure on either of us when I go back. But yeah, I think I think our progress is going to be exciting. Alrighty guys, that's all I have to say today in this Q&A. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learnt a bit more about Cheeto and our riding. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!